And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Miami Marlins. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. And that'll fall for a base hit.
Batting third, first base.
Anthony Santander at the plate. Ripped on a line. He can't get there. It's a base hit. Lucas coming home.
4.
There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. Blue Jays held in check. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Bottom of the first. And stepping in is the speedy Victor Scott. Just missed. Scherzer, a multi-Cy Young Award winner. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a slurve, a changeup, and occasionally uses a cutter. The wide to kick the pitch. That clips the zone, and the count is 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That was pretty nasty.
Well, you could tell he wasn't expecting that ball to break back in on him. He may have been looking for something away, maybe something soft, but that slider on the inside corner absolutely froze it.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, and that's the third out. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors. One out, runner at second. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Liner, caught at second.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. You hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
So the lineup flips over. Victor Scott, the next up for the Marlins. Double play ball to second. There's one, and he'll eat it and be happy with the out.
Good that they weren't overzealous there. Just take the sure out. Keep the runner out of scoring position.
So up next, Mason Wynn. Runner on the go. In the air, right field. Lucas sizing this one up, and that will end the inning. One hit, one left. On to inning number 4. No score. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Two on, 2 outs. Fly ball center field. Makes the grab, and that's the third out. Blue Jays leave a pair. Still no score. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. In the air out to center. And that'll fall for a base hit.
Well, he's been working out of the stretch just about the entire game, Boog. A lot of base runners on against him, and he's just done a really nice job of scattering the hits, not giving up any runs. But at some point, your luck usually runs out.
Scott in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Edwards off of first with 2 away. That one way inside.
Ball.
first and second with 2 outs.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not
Now
always
batting,
easy seeing the
the
ball off the
shortstop,
bat. Something to improve.
Mason Wynn.
Back to the leadoff
Now
spot in the Blue
batting,
Jays
shortstop,
lineup.
Bo
Bichette up to the dish. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's back. And out of here. He flexes his power with that swing. His 14th of the year. It's 3-0.
He's really seeing the ball well lately. Good things are going to happen when you're locked in like this.
Line drive. That's a base hit out of the left center field. And they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback. Now here's it. 2 down, bases empty. And now it's going to be Ernie Clement. That's a laser base hit. "6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Miami Marlins. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to go. And our pitcher in this game, Valente Beozo. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, you know this guy wants to be better than that. I mean, the ERA is bloated. He understands that he's got to put his team in a better position to win ball games. And at this point, you have to forget about your own individual stats, and you have to go out there and attack and try to get that W. And if you do that, you'll...
To first, and a quick out, number 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Mason Wynn. Swing and a ground ball out to short. In the dirt, nice pick.
Great fundamentals there at first base. A textbook example of putting your body in position to make a play and doing just that. That's how they teach you to do it.
This to center field. It gets down a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
Back here at Lone Depot Park, bottom 4, and the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Throw to first. Win back in on a dive.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going. If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Runner.
Tag, and he's out at first. Couldn't get back to the bag. 1 out, base is empty. Nathan Lucas, the next to hit. Out to short. Win. And now 2 gone.
Well, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Francis back to work. The shortstop takes the ball.
You know, these Marlins just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
He dives, but he can't make the catch. And the leadoff man aboard. Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner into scoring position. That stolen base, excellent call. Now, all it takes is perhaps a single to put a run on the board.
That misses the zone, and it's 2-2.
I got 3
In the dirt. Runner at second, nobody out. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
Blue Jays bullpen with some action. Nick Sandlin preparing to come on if needed. Garcia also throwing.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Grounder might be 2. Off balance speed, there's 1 to Guerrero, and they turn 2. And up next for Miami, Jonah Bride. And a 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the. And now for the Marlins, Mason Wynn.
Hey, what is that?
Swing and a base hit. Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. Kicks and deals. Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and that was not close. Win on at second with 2 down. Swings through that one for strike 2. The Marlins down to their final strike. Got him. And that wraps it up for this afternoon.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. Never know who's going to come up with the big hit.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend set. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Miami Marlins. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the Bruins to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go. And our starting pitcher here today, Max Meyer. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the...
The throw to first, and an easy out to start the game.
Batting second, right fielder, Nathan Lucas.
One down. Now it's the shortstop, Mason Wynn. He's already set a new career best for stolen bases in a season, Chris. Inside, just missed. Berrios, a former All-Star. He features a sinker, a slurve, a four-seamer, a changeup, and occasionally uses a cutter. Swing and a slow roller, and that's just foul. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. On to first, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And at the plate for Miami, Mason Wynn. 0 for 1 so far. Swing and a ground ball. Bichette whips it to first.
You're out.
They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Miami down in order. And this game is still tied at 2-2. So bases loaded with one away. Here's the second baseman, Leo Jimenez. All loaded up. Top half of inning number 4.
2-2-2.
Base hit. One run is in. Now a long throw home. Safe. In comes the run from second. And they lead by 2.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Berrios back to work. And that one in the air center field. Varsho pulls it down. One down.
Up next for the Marlins, third baseman.
Man at first with one gone. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Hit on the ground to the right side. Here's Wynn for one. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. So they get 3 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors and no one left on. And here is Mason Wynn. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. That one pushed foul. Swanson goes 6 feet 3 inches, 225 pounds, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2014. Out to center. Varsho under it. Hauls it in for the out. 2 down.
Now batting.
This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Oh, now this ball is driven into the left center field gap. Now he'll turn for second, and he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double. 9-4 our final score. Welcome to Marlins Way, where we find Lone Depot Park. The show has an NL East matchup. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Miami Marlins. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action in this one. Practically unstoppable as of late.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. Today's starting pitcher, Colby Fowler. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boog, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
The other way. Nice grab.
Great hops right there, Boog. He timed it just right to bring that liner down, and he saved a knock.
And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Now in for the Braves, Marcell Ozuna. Whips it across. Leadoff man retired here in the second. Here's Austin Riley.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Hard hit left side. Slings it across. 2 away.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
Right side. And Acuna able to make the grab. And there's 2 down.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has.
Here's Austin Riley.
Third baseman, Austin Riley.
Hit on the ground to short. Win. Throws to first in time. That ends the inning. And they limit. And we're back. Well, we go bottom 6. Now the number 2 hitter, Mason Wynn. Lopez back to work. Line drive, base hit. Tries to get back and save.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle.
Runner on the go. Nope. Pitch is high and safe. It's a stolen base. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Inside move to second, and he's back in there.
You know, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release point.
Lopez gets the swing and the miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. Just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
And it's filled up. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
It's almost like he's telling the guys in the bullpen, stand down,
Now
I got
batting,
this.
First baseman.
And up next for Miami, Jonah Bride. Lopez fires. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Squeezes it, and that ends the inning. And now for the Marlins, Mason Wynn, 1 for 3.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
The tying run at the plate. So 2 balls and no strikes. Inside, just missed.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Connor Norby in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Tying run at the plate. Fouled off. He was late.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Counts full.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Ripped on the ground to second. Tosses to first. That's out number 1. And a run comes in to score.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
Righty delivers. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Runner from third comes across, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Miami Marlins. And this is the rubber match, Siggy.
And these games can really shape your season, Boo. You always want to come through when you have a chance to win a series. That'll boost confidence amongst the entire organization.
First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about ready for baseball. Pitching in our game today, Ryan Weathers. What do you have on him?
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. Out to short. Win. No throw. He's safe at first.
Batting second, left fielder,
Mason Wynn, the next up for the Marlins. He's going to finish with a new career high in stolen bases, Chris. Fastball for a strike.
0-1.
1 out, bases empty. There's a strike. And there's a ball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
The shortstop takes the ball.
2-2 the count.
And that misses. And now 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That's a good
Nope,
at-bat
back
right there.
upstairs.
He was
Ball
down
four.
early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Almost a coin
Batting
flip for the
third,
umpire in that
third
call, but
baseman.
most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
Man at first, Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. Oh, that got him.
That ball hit him.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Jesus Sanchez. 2 on, 1 out. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That one's in there. And the count is even, 2-2. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Next
Down to
offering
3-2.
misses, and it's a full count.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So
Batting
credit the
fifth,
pitcher for
first
having him
baseman,
out in front of that
Jonah
pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Bride.
So first and second with 2 outs. And now the first baseman, Jonah Bride. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That's
Ball, that's
inside.
off the plate.
That one drifts inside. And that'll load the bases.
Ball 4.
That's a nice at bat and a great take on 3-2. Probably could have gone either way in that spot around the knees.
Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses. That's the first curve we've seen today, and it shouldn't be the last. And the Marlins leave all 3 not going their way. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. He wrote a terrific piece before the season that detailed his love for baseball.
Yeah, he and his friends would play at the beach, in a huge lot behind the hospital, or out on the street.
Whips it to first on the run. And very nicely done for the out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup got that hitter to roll over.
So 1 out, nobody on. And now the shortstop, Mason Wynn. And it's fouled away. That misses the zone,
inside.
and that's ball 1. Ground ball left side. Riley fires to first. 2 away. Back here at the ballpark,
Leading
let's
off
check
that
out the
bat,
latest news
right
from around the
fielder,
league.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
On the ground. Win. Fires across the diamond. They get the out on Acuna.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the shortstop at the play. Mason Wynn. Schwellenbach back to work. Swing and a pop-up. Albies makes the grab, 1 down. Welcome back and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. Base hit left center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Hit weakly on the ground. Win. Gets it to first. Ozuna is out.
Now batting,
Base is empty with 2 away. And at the plate for Miami, Mason Wynn. First
Ball, that's
pitch, and he
low.
just misses. Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the seventh.
2-0.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Harris makes the grab, and that is that. And the Marlins down quietly. They're down 7-1. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there. Boo, growing up, who was your favorite big league mascot?
The Philly tosses across the first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter
The
out front, rolled
shortstop,
over it, put it on the ground.
Now it's the shortstop, Mason Wynn. In the
Counts
dirt,
1-0.
1-0. Tap foul at the plate. Two down, nobody on. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
One
Well,
ball.
pretty clear to
2
me.
strikes.
He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
On the ground, and this should do it. On the first, ball game. And the Braves win the last 2 to take the 3-game series.
Well, this team was ready from the first pitch of the ball game. Swinging the bats, scoring runs, just very aggressive. I feel like they set the tone, and that tone created a momentum that took them all the way to the finish line. Nice win today.
7-2 your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us. Welcome from the home of the Mets, Citi Field in Queens, New York. The Show brings you game 1 of a big 4-game set. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the New York Mets. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action in this one. Practically unstoppable as of late.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Almost ready to get underway. And on the mound today, Paul Blackburn. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
We go to the bottom of the first. And stepping in for New York, Jaron Duran. And he hits a ground ball right side. Whips it to first. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting second, designated hitter.
Now batting Jaron Duran.
Now batting left
Singy,
fielder,
you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively.
Duran.
I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. On the ground, a second, might be 2. Takes it to the bag, that's 1.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
1 out, base is empty. Luis Angel Acuna, the next up for the Marlins. He swings and fouls one off. 1 out, base is empty. Acuna with some struggles at the plate recently, not uncommon for rookies. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike.
You know, Boog, at the start of my career, I got only 3 hits in my first month, but I kept at it, and I finished the year hitting 300. I know he's going through it a bit right now, but he's capable of figuring it out.
Foul ball.
That's full.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And a 3-2. Line drive, and that's base hit out into left center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there.
There goes the runner. Strike in there. He's safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
You know, having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Victor Scott, the next up for the Marlins. Ball to strike. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now it's Frankie Lindor. And the pitch. Slow roller up the middle. Lindor retired. So a man at first. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Mauricio on at first. Nobody out. Ground ball right side. Could be two. Slings to second. How about that double play?
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So the batting order turns over. Now the left fielder, Jarren Duran. Ground ball right side. That's the inning. Down in order go the Mets. And the score stays 3-1. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Blackburn back to work. That one outside.
That ball went out.
Ball one. Acuna measures 5 feet 8 inches, 180 pounds, and he was born in Venezuela. Swings and misses. And the count even 1-1.
There's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
That one misses. And the count is 3-1. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
So digging in, Sam Huff. Here's a 1-1. Runner on the go. Pitch inside. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Misses again, 5 in a row.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
On the inside corner for a strike. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on for a little while. You want to be ready.
Pickoff move to second. Acuna back on a dive. Runner takes off for third. Got him swinging. Throw to third. Save. And now he's up to 3 stolen bases in the game. Now the number 2 hitter, Mason Wynn. Just missed. Next offering way off the plate. And that one is in for a strike. Up the middle. What a stop to first. And that's a great play for the out.
Making it look.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. 1 down, base is empty. On the ground, right side, Acuna. Over to first, and they get the out.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
And fouled off.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
0-2 is the count.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
The tying run at the plate. That's towards center. Nimmo has it sized up. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Luis Angel Acuna, the next up for the Marlins. Swing and a miss.
Now this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there. But you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
And that's outside. The Fish down to their final strike. That's down and in.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
3-2. Payoff pitch. And foul ball. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
They're not ready to go home quite yet.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Sam Hunt.
Runner, he's going.
The tag, and that's the ball game. 4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew.